Jamaican Constitution of 1962 through to 2011. This was amended in 2011. This PDF generated 2020, May 12, 2020. Jamaican Constitution, I have never seen it before, never read it. Don't have a law degree, but I'm gonna go through it regardless. It's all right. It says Table of Content, Chapter 1, Preliminary. Interpretation, Effects of Constitutions. Chapter 2, Citizenship. Acquisition of citizenship. Persons entitled to citizenship. Citizenship by birth. Citizenship by descent. Citizens of Jamaica. Citizenship of Commonwealth. Criminal liability of parliamentary powers. Deprivation of citizenship. Interpretation, Chapter 3, Fundamental Rights and Freedoms. Protection of freedom of person, protection of property rights, protection of rights to due process, that's like legal representation, protection of freedom of religion, status of marriage, application of redress, interpretation. Chapter 4, the Governor General. Establishment of Office of Governor General, oaths to be taken by Governor General, Acting Governor General, Deputy Governor General, personal staff of Governor General, exercise of Governor General's function, Broad Seal. Chapter 5, Parliament, composition of Parliament, establishment of Parliament, Senate, House and Representative. So that basically the table of no, we have a lot more. Qualifications of members of House of Representatives, disqualification of members of Senate, tenure, President and Deputy President of Senate, Speaker of House of Representatives, determination of questions as to membership, filling vacancies, unqualified persons sitting or voting, clerks of House and Parliament and their staff, that's clerks of House, powers and procedure of Parliament, power to make law, alteration of Constitution, regulation of procedure in House of Parliament, proceedings in Senate and House of Representatives, voting, introduction of bills, etc., restrictions of power of Senate, restriction of powers of certain statutory instruments, ascension to bill, words of enactment, oath of allegiance, summoning, prorogation and dissolution, sessions of Parliament, prorogation and dissolution of Parliament, general elections and appointment of senators, delimitations of constituencies, establishment of first constituencies, Standing Committee of House of Representatives, Chapter 5, executive powers, executive authority of Jamaica, cabinet, appointed members, tenure of office, ministers. Temporary ministers, oath, presiding cabinet, governor general to be informed on certain matters, and all this is the table of content. Table of content, assignment of responsibility to ministries, parliamentary secretaries, attorney general, leader of opposition, certain vacancies in the office of opposition, incapacity of member of Privy Council, provisional appointments of Privy Council, senior member of Privy Council, attendance of Governor General, summoning of Privy Council and procedure, validity of proceedings of Privy Council, prerogative of mercy, pardon in capital cases, secretary to cabinet, parliament, permanent secretaries, establishment of office and functions of Director of Public Prosecutions, DPP, remuneration of Director of Public Prosecutions, Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions and Acting DPP. Chapter 7, Judiciary. The Supreme Court, establishment of Supreme Court, appointment of judges of Supreme Court, acting judges, tenure of office of Judge Supreme Court. Oaths to be taken by Supreme Court Judge. Court of Appeal, establishment of Court of Appeal, acting Court of Appeal judges, tenure of office. Chapter 8, and all these Roman numerals, so it's VIII. Chapter 8, Finance. Consolidated Fund, estimates, authorization of expenditure, meeting expenditure from Consolidated Fund, contingencies fund, public debt, Auditor General, tenure of office of Auditor General, functions of Auditor General. Chapter 9, which is the public service. Part 1, general. Interpretation, appointment of public officers, etc., permanent secretaries, delegation of functions of Public Service Commission, appointment of principal reservations, representatives of Jamaicans abroad. Part 2, Police Service Commission, appointment of police officers, delegation of functions of Police Service Commissioner, applicability of pension law, charge on consolidated fund, grant and withholding of pensions, etc. And the final chapter 10 is miscellaneous, which means basically everything else bundled in the Constitution. So this is the final chapter. So it's protection of commissions, example from legal proceedings, and that's basically it. Protection from procedures of commissions, legal proceedings, resignations, and so forth. So that's the table of content for the Jamaican Constitution. And you can see we have 10 chapters touching on a wide range of things as it pertains to governing the country, from the court system, which is the judicial, executive, and legislature, which is the parliaments, and the rights and responsibility of the citizens. And so it's a document that we'll delve into and we'll learn as we go on.